Welcome back, everybody. We're here for another fantastic race night here at Legacy Phoenix. Racing here before the repave, before the reconfigure. Back where turn one, it's actually turn one. It's going to be nice to see that tonight. But anyways, Backmarkers Racing League, Xfinity Racing here tonight. Man, it's going to be a great time. But first off, I've got Jay in the booth. Jay, how you doing? Yeah, absolutely. Again, I just cannot express how excited we are going to Legacy Phoenix. Not a track used a lot here on iRacing anymore, but it's a good thing to get that thing revived. With that being said, hey, let's go into our race info to give you guys some info coming into the races tonight. We are again at Phoenix, the Duel in the Desert 150. A mild track length, temperature, track temp tonight, right now, at 125 degrees and an altitude of 957 feet. We have a 73-degree ambient day with 23% humidity, clear skies, and a 5-mile-an-hour wind. This is some of the top fixed setup Xfinity series that you can come to and race in, with 10 and 11 degrees of progressive banking in turns 1 and 2, 8 to 9 degrees of progressive banking in turns 3 and 4. Tonight we're going to see a pace car speed of 55 miles an hour, pit speed of 45 miles an hour, and everybody gets one quick repair. Basically, bring out your backup car. So, going right into it, we got 27 seconds left to practice, but look, let's just talk about this real quick. 1 second. Jimmy 6 times coming in the chat with an ultimate diehard membership. Sir, thank you so much coming in here and giving us that support. Wow. $4K. Yeah, wow. Right? A few weeks ago, we were scraping to get 1,000. Now we're at 3,900. Wild. Just wild. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are into qualifying. Tyler Barnett was the fastest car in qualifying, or excuse me, practice. And, yeah. We're going to see James Zangi. He's out on track right now. He is going to give us his run as we see him go through the turns 3 and 4.
Search now through the dog leg. Little sideways there off of turn 4. Gonna complete his lap. Let's see what lap time he lays down here to set the pole time. Looks like he puts down a 29.866. Corey Harville follows it up with a 30.413, half a second off of Zangi's time, as he is now going to be coming off of turn 4 here. Complete his second lap. See what it does here at the line. A little sideways there off of turn 4. He's going to lay down a 29.7. Michael Boyles to the top of the board with a 29.729. Absolutely flyer of a lap there. Looks like Harville actually improves his time, goes back to the top of the board with a 29.2. Go on board here. This is Adam Boyles here in the 22 car. Heading down. Oh, sideways there as he gets towards the dog leg. He's going to hang on to it. might hurt his time a little bit. Barnett goes to the top of the board with a 29.15. What a flyer of a lap time that one was.
Absolutely, it was. As we now see Adam Boyles coming off at turn 4. He's going to cross start finish line and see if he can improve any last time by. And he does not. Also, real quick here, apologies. I had a little bit of audio issues there. Idiot issues. You can say that. I'll admit to it. But that should be fixed now. So thank you guys for continuing to watch it. And yeah, we'll get back to some on-track action here. Troy Nissen right now coming through 3 and 4. He's on his second lap. Trying to improve his time of P6 at the moment. Coming off a turn 4 and across the start-finish line, Nissen with a 29.34 does improve his lap time to a 29.14, right behind Taylor Barnett. Currently, Tyler Barnett, the only car on track to break into the 28-second range. Incredible what he's able to do right now. Peter Stewart having a little bit of bad luck, falling on hard times as he's trying to cross start-finish line. You see the 12 car as well, ripping that outside wall, controlling what that wall is going to do. Not good. Unfortunately, he did put 2 laps in. Neither lap counted as he had incidents in both of those laps. Austin Holbrook's going to have to settle with the back-of-the-pack start for tonight.
Yeah, your Daytona winner having some issues here in qualifying. Going to have to take this thing from the back of the field tonight, but on track now. 81 car.
That's Hunter Legumes. Let's see what he can do here. As he's slow getting on the track here, coming through what we would normally call the tri-oval. But again, it's Legacy. Or not the tri-oval, sorry, dog leg.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult here tonight to try and get these corners straight and correct in my brain. This is going to be a fun race to call for sure, because we've grown accustomed to the new layout over the last couple of years. But we're here. We're going to give it to the best of our ability tonight. This is going to be a fantastic race.
Looks like Hunter's having a little bit of issues there trying to keep his car straight. Also, Kevin Baumler on track in number 88 off of turn 4. He is real loose coming across start-finish line. That's going to be a timed lap for himself. He goes P5 with the 29.22. Hunter now coming off of turn 4. He's going to try to get in a good lap time after trying to warm up his tires a little bit on his out lap. He goes P11 with a 29.50. Kevin Baumler now going into turn 3 with that 29.22 he pulled last time by that number 88 Chevrolet Camaro. Coming off of turn 4 now, he's going to be looking for a better time, try and compete with Tyler Barnett, who's currently at the top of the leaderboard. But across the start-finish line he goes, and he pulls a 29.46, does not improve. Hunter coming off of turn 4 right now. He's got to beat that 29.50 to get himself higher up on the list. He does! He goes with 29.18.
Wow, what a flyer of a lap time is now. Here's Kalufa in the 84 car. Believe maybe this will be his starting lap. It is. So he's on lap 1 here, going through turns 1 and 2. See what he can do as he crosses the line, coming off of turn 2 now. Oh, he's sideways off of turn 2. Can he save it through the grass? Oh,
wow.
He saved it. Incredible. iRacing top 10 move of the week already. What a way to start the week here, Tom. And qualifying. Kalufa, what a save.
The 84 car now coming into turn 3, still fighting that loose condition. He does grab a little bit of the wall right there. Not what he was hoping for. This is a timed lap for himself. He is going to lose this lap as he's not going to be able to get a good time in. But Kalufa still has another lap. Try to put in to get himself back up to the front.
As it looks like we currently have 17 drivers taking time. I believe it was, 22 drivers that took time there in practice. So if you guys still yet to go here as this qualifying session is winding down.
Yeah, absolutely. Abraham Kalufa, one of those guys who still needs to put in a lap time. Nick Seraph, AJ Maglio, and Bobby Dennis. Bobby Dennis being one of those lucky few who was in our stream and got a membership from Kyle Hendricks. Once again, thank you to Kyle Hendricks. Bobby Dennis, though, a member of the channel. Thank you for the support, sir. coming on out, watching our stuff. We appreciate it. So right now, we really don't have a lot of on-track action at the moment. Abraham Kalufa, though, he's coming back out on track.
Let's see if he has a better go this time around in qualifying. He'll have one lap to do it. So as he goes through the dog leg now into turn 3 and 4 to start his lap, see if he can put one on the board.
Off of turn 4 he comes. That's going to be the completion of his first lap. He's going to have one more opportunity, one more chance. Try to get this 84 car up to the front of the pack in qualifying. Let's see what he can do now coming through turns 1 and 2.
He's going to drive this thing right off of turn 2. Use up a lot of track there. Try and get down into the dog leg. Grab a little bit of that curb there and head into turn 3. Let's see what kind of lap time he puts down here off of turn 4.
Off of turn 4, the 84 comes. He's going to be able to, or he's going to try to put in a good lap time here tonight. The 84 crossing the start-finish line. Let's see what he can do. A 29.74. The 84 machine goes P14 at the moment. 3 more cars still haven't made a qualifying attempt tonight here at Phoenix.
Yeah, what a beautiful looking layout there. Old Phoenix, Legacy Phoenix, the grass there through the dog leg. What a beautiful, beautiful sight.
It absolutely is. I think
a little bit of nostalgia.
You know, we kind of talk about this a lot, Jay, with we kind of look back at times and we didn't know how good we had it until we lost it.
Yeah, it's true.
I think
there's so many scenarios like that too.
I think we can add this to the list.
Yes, this is some very nostalgic feelings. I've got some big memories of a lot of fuel mileage races that are played out back in the day in the Cup Series, even in the IndyCar Series. Some great moments we saw here at this amazing layout and venue here in Phoenix. That's one of my bucket list items too, though, is I want to sit up there on Rattlesnake Hill and watch a race in a lawn chair. I think that would be phenomenal.
That would be very fun. I think, I think we need to do that. I think we definitely need to do that. Well, so far, we have 18 cars who have qualified, 1 car to have failed to qualify. But, Jay, this is our perfect opportunity to come in here and give a little bit of insight to everybody who is watching right now on what to expect tonight. I'm going to give the baton to you, and I'm going to let you start this one off.
Yes, this is going to be a fantastic race. We're going to see a little bit of pit stop strategy implied here. You're going to have maybe 2, maybe 3 stops here in this race. It's going to be very interesting. Track position is going to be extremely important. This initial restart, trying to gain as much track position you can early and get into your race pace as soon as possible is going to be the optimum strategy here tonight. We'll see if Tyler Barnett, who won the race at Homestead last week, unfortunate that we lost that footage, but he is going to try and redeem himself and go back-to-back here in this series. We're going to have a few guys coming from the back that you can expect to get to the front, like Samsel. We got Baumler. We got Boyles. Some really tough competitors here outside the top 5. It's going to be a very interesting start to this race and see when these guys get into the race pace, what they can do as this race progresses, and all the different strategies that are implemented here. And I'm expecting another one of these fantastic finishes here in the Backmarker Racing League. These guys put on a well of a show.
Absolutely. First off, congratulations to Tyler Barnett grabbing that pole for tonight's race here at Phoenix. But we'll go through the grid list real quick here. Tyler Barnett in the number 13 car went in pole tonight with Troy Nissen on the outside of him in P2 in the number 19 car.
Starting P3, that's Carter Dyson in the number 7 car with Hunter Lagunas in the number 81 starting P4.
Adam Boyles in the number 22 car starting P5 tonight with Kevin Baumler in the number 88 starting P6.
Starting P7, that's Kyle Hubbard in the 14 with Kenny Troutman in the 25 starting P8.
Corey Harville in the number 92 starting P9 tonight with Peter Stewart in the number 91 starting P10.
Starting 11th in that 57, that's Jackson Samsel with Jordan Neeson in the number 32. Rounding out your top 12 starters here tonight in the Duel at the Desert 150 at Phoenix.
Absolutely. Look, We're getting side by side here. I think we are going to take one more lap around here to make sure everybody is lined up, ready to go. But nonetheless, a great preview that Jay spoke about on what to expect tonight. Fuel mileage. Fuel mileage is going to be a big thing. You know, keeping yourself up front, dirty air, and making yourself be in a good position where you're not being caught up in a lot of wrecks. Look, we already saw how loose these cars were in qualifying. We might see a lot of the same here for the race tonight. So these guys trying to keep these cars straight is going to be a big factor for these guys. But look, the pace car is off the racing surface. We're going green flag racing with Tyler Barnett out front. The green flag is out in the air, and the 13 car gets a great start over the number 19 of Troy Nissen. Troy Nissen already coming under attack by P3. That's the 7 car, or excuse me, the 27. We're 3 wide. The 81, the 7 is sideways off of turn 2. He's going to go into the infield. He's going to make no contact with the inside wall. No caution at the moment. Here comes the 81 of Hunter Lagunas. He is coming to the inside of the 13. The 13 is wiggling, trying to get that car straight off of turn 4. We're side by side coming across the start-finish line.
Wow, Tyler Barnett is going to lead lap 1, but Hunter Lagunas got shot out of a cannon on this initial start. He's to the inside. We're side by side here off of turn 2. They're still duking it out as we're going to go through the dog leg. This could get a little tight. Lagunas on the inside. Barnett on the outside. Caution is out.
Bryce Battle on the track had a little bit of an incident there. We can't look at it right now. It doesn't look like. Here comes the 7 car back up front. The 67 is broke. Look at that thing. Something big happened back here.
Yeah, major damage here on Nick Serif's car, the 67. Whole front end's ripped off that thing. He's going to have to use that quick repair, pull out that backup car, it looks like.
Absolutely. Let's go back and look and see what happened to Bryce Battle in the number 17 car. He looks like he's coming off of turn 4 right now. 67's wrecking already behind him. The 17 came up across the number 10 car. Looks like they're coming to on the front straightaway. Looks like he's just going to hug the wall. Let's go back real quick and get ourselves a better view of what happened between this huge just conglomeration of cars coming off of turn 4. Looks like the 67 and 12. Maybe a little contact there. The 17 and the 10. You can see the contact there and what happened early in the race. You're going to have that. Lots of cars bunched up coming off the corners. Not a lot of room here at Phoenix. And, yeah, that's just product. Product of the product.
Product of the product. Product of 3 wide here early in this going. We mentioned at the top how important track position was and getting as many positions you could on that initial restart, and that's exactly what we saw. Those guys knew how important those positions were, and push came to shove. A little bit too many cars under a blanket, and that's what you're gonna get. Product of the product, as Tom would say. Nick Serif's gonna pull out that backup car. He's gonna be heading off pit lane now.
Absolutely. The 67 having to make that decision early on to roll out his backup car to stay in this race. Real quick, we're going to go to the chat here. Henny God, back at it again in the chat. Nice to see you again, sir. Hot and slick in the desert. Always seems to be here in Phoenix. Always a great race with these guys as well. We'll go back up to the front here. The 81 car, he does get back out front. He does get ahead of Tyler Barnett. Tyler Barnett was really struggling with the performance of that race car on the short run there. Real loose. And just trying to keep that thing straight.
Yeah, that was a great initial start there for Lagunas. He went from P4 to P1. Now he's going to have the inside line on this restart. See if he can back up that initial restart with a good restart here. We're also going to have Nissen back to P3. And on the outside of him, Baumler coming from P6 up to P4. So you see the lights are out on the pace vehicle, Tom. We know what that means.
We're going green flag racing, ladies and gentlemen. Real early in this race, we have a caution, but we're going to go right back at it once again. The 81 car of Hunter Lagunas and Tyler Barnett on the outside of him, and the number 13 ready to duke it out for the lead position of this race. These guys now coming through turns 3 and 4. We're going to watch the pace car come off of the racing surface and watch these guys go green once again. Pace car way ahead of the group of drivers here. They're giving a little bit of a buffer there. 81 car coming off of turn 4 now. Getting a jump on the field, the 81 car goes flying out of the gate, way ahead of the 13, way ahead of the 92. He's not going to have much competition going through turns 1 and 2 at the moment. Tyler Barnett trying to make something happen in that 13 car now, coming off of turn 2, the 88 car in P3. Corey Harville, P4, Troy Nissen. This is a battle right here for P5.
Yeah, as you got Boyles to the inside, you got Samsel up on the outside. He's making up a lot of ground here from the initial start as he started outside the top 12, and now here he is up into a P7 position. And now Boyles is going to clear him here, move him up to P6 as we cross the line. This is a great battle here. Outside the top 5, we got Nissen, Boyles, and Samsel.
Absolutely, these guys continue to duke it out. Adam Boyles, Troy Nissen, Jackson Samsel finding himself outside the top 5 at the start of this race. He's moving his way up, already +4 since the start of this race, up to P7 at the moment. We'll go back up to the front for a real quick look at what's going on here. The 81 car coming under attack by the 13 of Tyler Barnett coming across the start-finish line. The 81 continues to lead this race through 1 and 2. Looks like Tyler Barnett's coming under attack by the 88 now. That's Kevin Baumler looking to get himself back up to the front and lead some laps here at Phoenix tonight.
Guys, you got your top 4 here under a blanket. You got Lagunas leading, Barnett trying to get back to the front. Baumler, who started P6 up to P3, and now he's getting an attack put on him by the 92 of Harville. A little bit of bumper business there by Harville to the back of Baumler. Baumler's going to continue here into turn 1, still running P3. He can see Barnett right in front of him. Barnett's actually up a little bit on entry to the corner, a lane off the bottom. Maybe an opportunity here for Baumler as we head towards the dog leg down the back.
As these guys continue to duke it out, we do have some side-by-side battles back here. Abraham Kalufa, we watched him not have a great qualifying run. He's coming under attack by the 7 of Carter Dyson. Carter Dyson, number 7 car, going through 3 and 4 at the moment, side-by-side. And the 7 car does prevail coming off of turn 4. He's going to grab that position. That's for P13 at the moment. Carter Dyson being the biggest loser of the field so far with a -10 since the start of this race. So Carter trying to get himself back up to the front after spinning out on the opening lap there. And he does have some speed, just now has to work with it a little bit. But back to the front here. We're all pretty much single file right now here at Phoenix with Hunter Lagunas leading the field.
Yeah, it's a very important part of the race, trying to save tires. We know we're going to have some green flag pit stops here, trying to save a little bit of fuel, keep your tires underneath you to the end of this run. As now Baumler's heating up the bumper of Barnett, a little bit of bumper business. Now Barnett's going to look to the inside of the 81 of Lagunas. We might go side by side here into turn 3. We are, as Lagunas goes way up to the outside. He's giving that bottom lane open to the 13 of Barnett. That was tight. Oh my goodness, Barnett had to let off the gas there a little bit before running into the back of the 81 of Lagunas, as now the battle is on for the lead.
The 13 right behind the 81. He tried his shot, did not work. The 88 car trying to put a little bit of pressure on the 13, but he himself, Kevin Baumler, is getting pressured by Corey Harville in the back here in the number 92 Toyota Supra coming into turn 3 at the moment. Looks like everybody's still under a blanket here for the top 4. Rounding out your top 5 at the moment, Troy Nissen, he's just back here chilling out. If something happens to the guys up in front, he's going to have a lot of time to react. But coming across start-finish line right now, that 81 car of Hunter Lagunas is still leading this race with lots of pressure behind him. The 13, 88, and 92 continuing to run that train to try to get around this 81 car.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was thinking. We got a little bit of a train up here in the front of the field as now Barnett still looking to the outside, about a lane off the bottom, maybe trying to find a way around the outside here of Lagunas as he gets a good run here off of turn 4. He's going to draw right up to the bumper, show him a little bit of bumper business here across the front stretch. Maybe look to go back to the outside. That's where he's been able to get the momentum off the corner. Maybe pull a little bit of a crossover move here off of turn 2 as Lagunas is running just a perfect race right now. Not over driving his race car, managing the lead of this race and controlling his line. As now we head down into turn 3, he's going to open that gap up just a little bit to Barnett.
The 13 car still hanging strong behind the 81 as he's coming off of turn 4. Now the 88 seems to back off the 13, maybe losing a little bit of tire there, trying to work his way back across or to pass the 13 not being able to do that right now, or looks like it, but the 88 does have a really good corner through turns 1 and 2. The 92 just hanging out here in the back. So is Troy Nissen, your top 5 at the moment. Tyler Barnett, though, doing everything he can to try to get this 13 car around the 81. With all the pressure behind him, he might have something here, or he's just trying to chill out a little bit. Let the 81 make a mistake coming off of turn 4. That turn 4 exit is very treacherous.
Yeah, as it looks like these guys are just playing a little bit of cat and mouse. It's like some heavyweight fighters sizing each other up here early in the going, as now Barnett is going to get a great run here off of 2. He's going to draw right up to the bumper here of the 81 of Lagunas through the dog leg. Does he take it back to the outside? He does. He's been able to find a little bit of pace up there, but now as he does that, the 81 of Lagunas moves up a lane. Barnett's going to get a little tight off the corner, as now the 81's going to get a little bit of a gap here to the 13 of Barnett, as this battle for the lead is just a little bit of a cat and mouse game. As you see lap traffic up the way, this is going to get interesting as we get into the back of the field here at Phoenix.
Yeah, absolutely. The 81 car is going to have to find a way around the cars in front of him while being under pressure by the 13. As you can see, that is happening now. The 81 is now past the lap car, so is the 13. Not a big, significant event there that happened, but nonetheless, some more traffic that he's going to have to battle through in the coming laps here with the Backmarkers series at Phoenix. But right now, the 88 seems to have backed off just a little bit, as you can see him have another good turns 1 and 2 as the 13 tries to get a better exit to try to get up to the rear bumper of the 81 coming down the back straightaway at the moment. But it looks like the 81 of Hunter Lagunas is pulling away from the 13. This is big news early in the race, trying to get your track position, as we talked about early in this broadcast. It seems like the 81 holds on at the moment, leading lap 19.
Yeah, as it looks like Barnett really wants that bottom line, as now Lagunas is going to go a lane off the bottom, and now Barnett's looking to the inside. Barnett gets great runs off the corner, but the 81 of Lagunas, he's able to drive it in extremely deep and able to maintain the lead. This is a great battle, as you see where these guys are a little better than each other, as it looks like the 81 is so much better on corner entry, but Barnett has got the corner exit mastered right now. See if he can use that to his advantage to get a great run. Oh, see Lagunas get a little sideways there off of turn 4. That's going to open up an opportunity for Bennett to get to the outside line, or Barnett, excuse me. Oh, he's going to pull a little bit of a crossover move, give him a little bumper business here as we come off of turn 2 now.
Coming down the back straightaway, the 81 and 13 continuing to duke it out. Going into turn 3 now. Looks like the 81 car is still holding pretty strong out there in the lead. The 13 trying to grab as much exit speed as he can on the exit of all of these corners. Try to get up to the rear bumper of the 81 going into the next corner to try to make something happen here. Maybe a little bit of a dive bomb we might see out of the 13 here to try and claim the lead of this race. But at the moment, the 13 and the 81 still controlling this field. Hemi got in the chat saying that the field is catching Bobby Dennis. Absolutely. Bobby Dennis right now, you could see him coming off at turn 4. The leader is through 3 and 4 at the moment. These guys really putting down some fantastic lap times. Last time by is a 30.5 for both the 81 and the 13, as we see a little bit of a battle now going through turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, as Barnett was trying to make it to the outside, the 81 a little defensive here, is now Barnett's going to get a great run here off of turn 2. We're going to go side by side through the dog leg maybe. The 81's going to maintain the lead. Barnett thought better of it. Oh, he gets loose into turn 3. That's going to give Barnett an opportunity to maybe use that advantage he has with the corner exit speed. He's going to draw right up to the bumper, a little bit of bumper business here off of turn 4. Where does he take this run? He's got a good run here headed to turn 1. He's going to go back to the outside. And now Lagunas is going to go to the inside. Maybe a little crossover move here by the 13. He's going to draw right up to the bumper here off of turn 2. Maybe he set something up here as he's way quicker here going off of turn 2 down the backstretch.
Yeah, absolutely. Going into turn 3 now, we're side by side for the lead. The 13's on the outside, the 81's on the inside. The 13's going to get that run coming down the front straightaway. This is the battle to watch right now as the 13 does inch past the 81. He leads that lap going into turn 1. We're still side by side. The 81 trying to keep it straight going through turns 1 and 2. The 13 on the outside holding that speed strong. Maybe a little bit of door bumping right there off of turn 2. These guys duking it out for the lead. We're only on lap 24. And the 13 does take the lead going into turn 3.
Oh, he overdrove the corner into turn 3. Got a little sideways. That's going to give the 81 of Lagunas an opportunity here if he can get the throttle planted. He does not. Barnett is going to take the lead here on lap 25 solely. Harville's moved up to P3, and to note, Dyson, he's moved himself back up to the top 10. But now you got the 81 of Lagunas looking to the inside here of Barnett. Barnett has been using that outside line and been using it effectively. He's going to get a great run off of 2 and maybe leg of the 81 down the backstretch and into turn 3.
Absolutely a great pass by the 13. After getting passed at the initial start of this race, he does get his P1 position back. The 13 car now putting a little bit of gap in between himself and the 81 of Hunter Lagunas. Going into turn 1 now. Now the 13 has to be worried about some lap traffic he is going to encounter in front of him right now. The next one up in front is Bobby Dennis in that 02 Toyota Supra. Going into turn 3 at the moment, you can see the gap between the 13 and the 02 as the 13 continues to lead this race. Now the 81 coming under pressure by Corey Harville.
Yeah. Oh, he grabs the wall. Big contact there off of turn 4 for Harville. I was about to sing his praises as he was getting into the mix here, but he's going to keep his foot in it and continue on here. He's going to lose a little bit of time with that wall damage and the momentum lost off of 4. He's going to be about a car length and a half behind the 81 car through the dog leg. He's going to try and get back into his groove. He's going to go back to the bottom as you see Lagunas to the outside. Maybe finding something here as you look at this. Your top 6 are now getting closer and closer together as Boyles and Nissen are running down these leaders. Wow, you got your top 6 within 2 seconds of each other.
Absolutely. Maybe the top, everybody but the top 2 cars here saved a little bit of tire here for the long run, and that would help them out immensely as Corey Harville, Kevin Baumler, Troy Nissen, you saw the performance drop off at the beginning of this race, now coming back to the front. The 13 now getting past some lap traffic here, so does Hunter Lagunas and Corey Harville. Everybody now getting past the 02 car. Ooh, maybe a little bits of bad junction happening here off of turn 4 between Kevin Baumler and the lap car of Bobby Dennis, but nonetheless straightening it out. But right now Tyler Barnett still out front. The 81 Hunter Lagunas coming under attack by the 92. It looks once again, even with that 92 drilling the outside wall, that car's got to have some speed, man.
Yeah, that thing is mighty fast as he's going to draw right up to the bumper here, the 81 car off of turn 4. This 92 car maybe saved just enough tire here to be able to apply the pressure later in this run. We're on lap 30. He's going to get right down to the apron, try to use that advantage off of turn 2. It looks like he's not going to be able to draw that gap any closer to the 81 car through the dog leg. But you see the 81 car, he's a little loose here, center of turn. He's going to get loose there entering turn 3 there as well. Going to lose a little bit of the front nose there and go up a lane off the bottom. As now Harville's going to try and drive off this corner. He's dead sideways off of 4. He's hanging on to this baby as these tires are going away here at Phoenix. The game and the tire strategies are being played.
Absolutely. We'll go back here for a little bit. You can see these guys all under a blanket right now. This is currently 4P8. 25 car of Kenny Troughton trying to get around Jackson Samsel. Looks like Samsel might have fallen off a little bit here in that number 57 Toyota Supra. You can see a little bit of a battle now going into turn 3 between the 25 and the 57. The 57 all the way down to the bottom as the 57 elects to go high off of turn 4. Now these guys side by side coming down the front straightaway. And these guys trying to get past the 57. We got a little bit of a loose situation there with the 7 car of Carter Dyson. But coming into turn 1 now, almost a little bit of bumper business there by the 25 car. Kenny Troughton trying to get around the 57, can't get it done.
Yeah, as you see different lines being used, you got some guys using the bottom right there around the apron, and you got some guys going up towards the wall. Look at back here. These guys are digging. Now you see the 25 of Troughton. He's up to the outside line. That's going to open the door for Boyles onto the inside line. Can Michael Boyles make this move here into turn 1? It's going to be a little bit of tight racing here as we go into turn 1. Boyles to the inside, and you got Troughton up on the outside. He's going to be able to maintain this position as they're all in the tire tracks of the 57 of Samsel here through the dog leg.
Absolutely. These guys continuing to duke it out at the moment. And, whoa, we're up in the wall here with Kenny Troughton in the 25. He gets it off, and he continues going on the racetrack, and not a lot of punishment there, not a lot of holdback on that car as the 25 continues on and gets back to the rear bumper of the 57 of Jackson Samsel, going through turns 1 and 2. At the moment, these two guys are just relentless, especially the 25 trying to get around the 57, can't get it done. And he's got a little bit of a faster car at the moment. And, oh, we got a little bit of a crash here. Nick Seraph on the inside in the dog leg. He blows his motor. It is over. It is over for the 67. He doesn't have a backup car.
Oh, such an unfortunate start to this race for Nick Seraph in the 67. He's going to be out of this race, but we're going to continue on here in the top 5 as now Nissen is closing the gap here to Baumler. He's going to drive it in extremely deep here into 3 and 4. Can he get a good run off of 4 and set him up for turn 1 as he is now running P5, Baumler's P4. Or excuse me, P6 is Nissen, Baumler's P5 as they're going to go down into turn 1. And now here comes Hubbard in the 14 car. He's showing his nose up here in this battle. He wants a piece of this action.
Yeah, absolutely. That 19 car, Troy Nissen, having a little bit of slow start to this race. 36 laps in so far, or 35, about to complete 36 laps in to this race. You can see that number 19 car kind of turning it up just a little bit here now, coming through turns 3 and 4. That 19 is trying to get around the 88 at the moment. Not being able to get it done, but he is to the rear bumper of the 88. Adam Boyles, though. Adam Boyles up to P4 at the moment, and he is the fastest car on track by a minute. By a long shot there, so the 22 on a mission to get to the front here. He's got a little bit of a 1.5 second gap between himself and Corey Harville in P3, so that's going to be a great battle to watch coming up here soon. But we're going to go back between the 19 and the 88 right now as this battle continues to heat up.
Yeah, as it looks like Nissen did not get off the corner like he wanted there off of 4. He's going to go into turn 1 now. Baumler is still using that inside line. He did lose a little bit of time, or these guys have lost a little bit of time to Boyles with the speed that he's found here in the long run. But Nissen's going to use that little bit of apron there off the dog leg, try and get a good drive off here into turn 3. He's been driving into these corners extremely deep. He does it here again. Maybe get a little tight here off of 4. He's able to drive off the corner pretty straight and pretty secure. He's going to try and close this gap down. He's about a car length and a half. He's going to drive it in extremely deep again to the outside here into turn 1. Maybe open the door here for Hubbard, who's lurking in the weeds back here as we go towards the dog leg down the back.
Down the back they go. The 19 still continuing to hold on to that P6 position. As you can see that he is trying to get around the 88 in 3 and 4. Now they go. Kyle Hubbard right behind him too. Don't count that man out either in that number 14 Chevrolet Camaro. He is always fast, just really not getting some good luck in these backmarker league races right now. So definitely keep your eye on the 14 as we continue on with this race. Troy Nissen, though, still behind Kevin Baumler as he tries to get around that number 88 car for the top 5 position. We're going to go back here just for a minute. We're going to go look at Kenny Troughton again, still struggling to get around that 57 car of Jackson Samsel. Now going into turn 3, the 25 goes high. 57 taking really the middle road of the track here. And coming off of turn 4, you can see he kind of angles himself a lot lower, like the 5 car, using a little bit of apron there, probably to get that car a little bit more turning capability off of turn 4. Right now, that 57 doing a valiant job keeping those cars behind him.
Yes, Troughton's really liking that outside line. Oh, he gets real tight there off of turn 2. Nearly makes wall contact. That would allow Michael Boyles to have a little peek there through the dog leg. Thought better of it. He's going to follow in the tire tracks of Troughton in the 25. Troughton's going to go back to the outside. And now Samsel, he's actually opened up his corner entry as well, using that outside line on corner entry. We've got a little bit of lap traffic there. As we're going to go back here to the battle between Harville and Lagunas. That's for P2. As now Harville is trying to close this gap. They can see in their rearview mirror, Adam Boyles at 22 is actually closing this gap down a little bit at a time, taking chunks out of it. See if he could get there. As you see him right there in the back shot of the screen, crossing the line now, as he's closing in here for this P2 battle between Harville and Lagunas.
Absolutely. Look, between the 81 and the 13, those two cars, the gap has increased to 1.5 seconds Corey Harville has got up to the rear bumper of Hunter here now going into turn 3, and he's been trying to get past him. We haven't been covering it much, but the 92 doing a valiant job to try to get around the 81, as we know how hard it is to pass here at Phoenix. These guys trying their best to get around him. It's really hot out today, really slick, as you can still see these guys getting loose just a little bit, but mainly now since the tires are wore in, lots of understeer situations for these guys now on the racetrack, but the 92 inching up closer to the rear bumper of the 81 of Hunter Lagunas. Now they got a little bit of a lap car situation here. Let's see if it plays out for the 92 car.
Yeah, as you see the 92 car close that gap. Oh, he's sideways off of 4. He's going to lose a little bit of time here down the front stretch, as now Lagunas has got to navigate through lap traffic. That's Zangi in the 10 car right in front of him. Harville maybe try to follow him through, or maybe use him as a pick, as it looks like Lagunas is sideways underneath Zangi. Wow, what a save that was by the 81 car. One of those pucker moments there off of turn 2. He's going to hang on to it. He's going to hang on to P2 as Harville is going to close the gap. But here comes Adam Boyles. He's closing this gap down in that 22 car. Got through that lap traffic of Zangi extremely efficiently. He's going to try and close this gap here down into turn 1.
Yeah, this is going to be a great battle here, Jay. The 22 car of Boyles, he is extremely fast at the moment. Probably, or is definitely one of the fastest cars on track right now. Corey Harville coming under attack by the 22. Adam Boyles trying to make quick work of these guys. Now going into turn 3, he's going to have to make something happen on the outside of the 92 to try to get something done here. As you can see him already trying to work in that lane through 3 and 4 as the 22 now comes off of turn 4. He's got a great run. He's going to get up to the rear bumper of the 92. Let's see what he does in turn 1.
Yeah, the 22, he's backing his entry up just a little bit, and that's allowing him to get great drive off the corner. He's going to get another great run here off of turn 2, headed for the dog leg here. Can he set something up? If he can just get enough of a momentum built on corner exit, he's going to go up a lane or 2 off the bottom, try to find some momentum here off of turn 4. Is now Harville in the Boyles and Lagunas all gapped about even here across the front stretch. As now Harville, what's he going to do? Now he sees the 22s closing. He's going to have to play a little defensive here while he tries to attack as they go under some more lap traffic here off of turn 2.
Another lap traffic to slow down the 81 cars. The 92 doesn't get a good exit either, as it looks like the 81 is just continuing to leg the 92 in certain parts of the racetrack, and the 92 catch up just a little bit in other parts. But the 22 is the real news right here. He is going to get to the rear bumper of the 92, coming across our finish line now into turn 1. We still got a little bit more of lap traffic in front of us to deal with Tyler Barnett being the first car to go ahead and try to get around those lap cars. But this is the battle right here for P2. Adam Boyles doing everything he can to get around the 92.
Yeah, as the 81 car is a little slideways there through the dog leg. He is struggling with that race car right now, as now Harville's going to close this gap here off of turn 4. He gets a little sideways off of turn 4, a little wiggly, a little squirrely, as he's going to drive into turn 1 just about a lane off the bottom, kind of where he's been running these last few laps. But now here it is. The battle is on between Adam Boyles and Harville. Can they make this quick work of each other, as the 22 is on a mission right now, trying to get past these guys and run down your leader as we're going through turns 3 and 4 now. He's going to use right up against the wall. He's going to try and get a great run here off of turn 4. Can he set something up here for turn 1?
The 92 still holding very strong on the P3 at the moment, but the 22 is knocking on the door. He wants that P3 position now going through turns 1 and 2. These guys continuing to duke it out. The 22 makes contact with the wall. That's not what he wanted off of turn 2. He's going to lose a little bit of time here to the 92, but now going into turn 3, the 22, you're going to see him go real high up. No, he's not. He's going to take a little bit of a different line than a 92. The 92 stuck up high. He might have got into some marbles there. We're side by side off at turn 4. We're gonna battle with a lap car. Oh, he picks him off. The 22 up the P3. What an incredible move.
Wow, that was insane. I can't believe those guys hung on to those race cars, especially Harville, as he was dead sideways painted at the infield. But now move Adam Boyles up to P3 as now he's going to try and set his sights on Lagunas. This is incredible as Lagunas was actually able to gain some time to these boys while they were battling. Now you see the 22 Boyles go back to the outside, been using that lane effectively here on his pursuit to the front as Harville's handling is just going away sideways off of turn 4. He is really struggling. He's praying for a caution or hoping this pit sequence is looming quickly as he is struggling here back to P4, losing time to Boyles.
Corey Harville looking like Logan Seavey at the Chili Bowl tonight, not being able to get that car planted on R4 tires. Adam Boyles now promotes himself up to P3, now hunting down Hunter Lagunas. Last time by, though, Hunter Lagunas did pull about a 1/10 of a lap quicker than Adam Boyles. We're going to see an updated time here now. Hunter Lagunas does leg Adam Boyles just a little bit here by 7/100ths of a second. So the 22 performance dropping off just a little bit here. Corey Harville dropping off just a little bit as well. We did miss a little bit of a battle here behind them. Kyle Hubbard now up to P5. Kevin Baumler, the number 88, back to P6. Troy Nissen back to P7 at the moment. The 19 car trying his best to keep relevant up front here. Having a great qualifying run, but not a great race so far. Doug Bullock, I see you in the chat, and we love him too. Troy Nissen, great driver here in the Backmarkers Racing League, and just maybe struggling just a little bit here tonight. Oh, you see a little bit of drama there between the lap car and the 88 of Kevin Baumler, but nonetheless, Kevin Baumler still holding on strong to that P6 position. Kyle Hubbard, though, what a run for him so far, up into the top 5 at the moment. As we go back up front here, Adam Boyles does pull faster lap times than the 81 in front of him. He's going to try to reel him in to get back to P2.
Yeah, as Adam Boyles is getting back into his race pace now, he's got a little bit of clean track. You can see the 81 in front of him. He's going to go back to the outside as now everybody's kind of migrating to the outside. You saw the 81 and the 22 on corner entrance right up there against the wall. But this 14 car, watching lap times, Hubbard's car is still fast, and he is gaining a little bit of time to your leader. This 14 car might just be a factor as this race continues, as Nissen has finally gotten past Baumler. He's moved himself up to P6. What a battle there. I'm not sure what happened to the 88 car. Losing a little bit of momentum as now the lap car, the 16, is actually closing back towards his back bumper as we go through the dog leg.
Charles Broderick, that's the driver of the number 16 car, not having a great night tonight. But Kevin Baumler is still struggling with that car as well, coming through turns 3 and 4 at the moment. Troy Nissen promoting himself up to P6 as he tries to get himself back up to the front. The number 19 car, Kyle Hubbard in the 14. Your top 5 starter right now. That is P5 with Kyle Hubbard. Corey Harville back to P4 at the moment. Adam Boyles in P3, and he is looking for a pass for P2. This is going to be a great battle coming off of turn 4. Let's see what the 22 can come and do down the front straightaway.
Yeah, as the 81 has made it very difficult to pass all night long. He's just so smooth behind the wheel. As now you see Boyles driving in extremely deep here in a 1 and 2. Can he get the run off a 2? Oh, it's now the 81's a little sideways. That's Lagunas. Can he hang on to it? He does. He's going to go to the bottom lane here through the dog leg. He's going to maybe go back to the bottom. No, he's going to go to the outside here through 3 and 4. That's a little different than I expected. As now you see the 22 use that outside line, maybe get a little bit of a run, grab a little bit of apron there, plant the throttle, and charge here down the front stretch. He's looking to the inside here into turn 1. Can he make it happen? As they're playing some cat and mouse, seeing how deep they can drive into turn 1, as it looks like Lagunas is going to hang on to that spot.
Oh, the 81 gets real loose right there. Lagunas giving up a lot of time coming off at turn 2. Here comes the 22 back again. He's going to shoot it deep into turn 3. We're side by side now. The 22. Holy cow, he does make the pass. The 81 is back to P3. The 22. Adam Boyles on his valiant effort to get back up to the front, and he is now 2.8 seconds behind the leader. What an incredible pass.
Yeah, what an outstanding pass there by the 22. It was textbook. That, if you look up passing in the dictionary, that's the picture of the video it will display. Is Boyles is now up to P2, 2.8 seconds behind your race leader. As now you see the 81 car, he's kind of fading a little bit, maybe back into the clutches of Harville, who's still lurking back there, even after the wall contact and the handling on that race car have gone sour on him. He's continuing on. Hubbard is losing some time. He's back 6.5 seconds now. Lost about a second over the last couple laps here. Not sure exactly what's going on there. Maybe his handling's going away as this run continues. As Baumler's back to P7, and Michael Boyles, he's moved himself up to P8 now, passing Samsel. So we got a little bit of shake-up comers and goers here at the front of the field inside the top 8.
Absolutely. Michael Boyles does get around Jackson Samsel. Now Samsel is coming under attack by Peter Stewart. Kenny Towton back behind the 91 now, coming into turn 3 and through turns 4 at the moment. Looks like the 25 got a little bit of right side damage there. Maybe a little kiss with the wall that the 25 had, and it's not looking to his favor at the moment. Looking to the inside of the 91 as Peter Stewart dives it real deep into turn 1, but so does Towton now. Coming through turns 1 and 2. Jackson Samsel, though, still holding on very strong to that P9 position. I'm telling you, what an effort in defense by that 57 car to keep these cars behind him. Only one car by him. That's Michael Boyles. Wow.
Yes, there's a big line of cars here behind him. Stewart and Troughton still working over this 57 car, trying to find a way around. But just like we said about Lagunas, he's been so difficult to pass because he's so smooth and calm and collected behind the wheel. But now here comes the 81, maybe coming to make a pit stop, and it is. The first pit sequence is on deck here as Hubbard's digging to get into pit lane as well. Wow, that was aggressive pit entrance there by Hubbard as he closes some gap here to the 81 of Lagunas. Your first 2 takers on pit lane.
Your pit cycles are happening now. 10 laps before halfway. Hunter Lagunas, Kyle Hubbard. First down pit road, these two guys trying to take advantage of the undercut. Kyle Barnett still out on track in P1. He has a considerable gap between himself and P2. Adam Boyles, that's 3.3 seconds at the moment. You can see him up at the top right where the track map is, and where we just show you on the screen between these two cars. These guys still going at it, but Corey Harville still on track. Troy Nissen up into P4. Kevin Baumler now is in your top 5. Bobby Dennis down pit road as well. Bobby Dennis, a few laps down here at the moment, but hitting that pit road to try and make his car feel a little bit better while he is out on track. Kyle Hubbard now back out on track, the 81 car of Hunter Lagunas. Guys, this is going to be a phenomenal couple of laps for these two guys. Qualifying laps ahead for these guys. And we're going to be seeing how fast these guys are as they come around to slower cars.
Yeah, as it looks like these guys are maybe setting up for a 2-stopper here tonight here at Phoenix. So this is some very crucial laps here for these guys that have just pitted. They've got to run the fastest laps they possibly can, take advantage of these fresh tires, as they're just going to be flying through the field. As here comes the 81 to the inside of Nissen. This should be a pretty easy overtake with the tire advantage. You can just see how much tires mean here at Phoenix. As now you see the 81 of Lagunas go to the inside, driving in extremely deep, and he's going to be able to clear Lagunas here off of turn 2. And you see Hubbard, Kyle Hubbard behind. He's going to try and do exactly the same thing and follow in the footsteps or in the tire tracks of the 81 of Lagunas is going through the dog leg, hunting down the 19 of Nissen.
Absolutely. These guys are going through lap traffic right now. Through lap traffic, and they're already a second quicker than the leader. Not even close to their true potential of lap times. These guys are. Kyle Hubbard pulling a 30-second flat last time by Hunter Lagunas at 29.84 as these guys continue to work their way back through the field. You can see up at the top right of your screen the track map at number 12. That is the position of Hunter Lagunas right now. You can see how far away he is from P1, but he is going to continue to reel them in on this with the coming laps.
Oh,
Tyler Barnett.
Is that a spinner? Is that a spinner? They're off of turn 4. I saw some smoke.
Oh, sure
it is.
is.
Bobby Dennis, they're off of turn 4. Can he get this thing going? A caution here would be detrimental for the strategy that was just played by the 14 and the 81. Can he get this thing going? Looks like he's trying to find reverse gear here. He's going to get it into reverse. No caution yet.
Wow. Oh, there's the caution.
Oh, no. This is detrimental to the strategy of the 81 and the 14.
Oh, no.
The only thing they didn't need to have happen, and it happened.
Man.
Although,
that is terrible.
The 81 might be your free pass vehicle here, though. Looking at the timing and scoring here, This might be okay here for the 81 car of Hunter Lagunas.
Yes. Yes, it is. Hunter Lagunas will get that lap back. But big news for Kyle Hubbard, not going to be able to get that lucky dog unless everybody else in front of him pits. He's going to get that wave around. He's just going to have a little bit older tires than everybody else. Tyler Barnett, though, leading the field down pit road. Adam Boyles, Corey Harville, Troy Nissen, Cavan is going to come down pit road as well. That is your top 5 at the moment. So big moves here. Adam Boyles up to P2, muscling that car up to the front. Corey Harville, Troy Nissen finding himself back inside the top 5. Kevin Baumler holding on to P5 at the moment. Great run so far by all of these guys, but let's see who's going to win this race off of pit road.
Yeah, this is crucial pit stop here. This could be the difference between winning and losing this race by your pit exit. As you see the 13 getting his service done, maybe getting some fuel in that car now. Drops to left side. He's going to win the race off pit road. And Boyles is going to lose a spot here to Harville. Great pit stop by the 92 boys.
Absolutely. Wow. What a great run. We still got the 19 on pit road. He's coming off now for P4. Kevin Baumler, P5. Michael Boyles, P6. At the moment, that is your top 6. As we continue to get more people coming off of pit road, Kenny Troughton does finally get past Jackson Samsel on pit road. Well, a great stop by the 25 to get around the 57. As Peter Stewart now in P9 and Abraham Kalufa making his top 10 appearance right now.
Yeah, big news there for Kalufa. We saw his struggles that he had there in qualifying. Now he's going to be in a top 10 position. Everything's working out and playing in his favor here during this stint of the race. And Holbrook in their P11. That is your Daytona winner. He's trying to get himself up to that top 10 position.
Absolutely. Hopefully a little bit of better run by Holbrook so far that he was hoping for. But look, we've got lots of race left to go. We're just about to reach halfway as the 13 car. Tyler Barnett going to lead this field to green once again. He is considered the leader of this race. The 10 car, James Zangi, going to get his lap back. The 16, 95, 14, 81's going to get a... oh, man, it doesn't look like the 81's going to get that wave around.
That's so unfortunate there.
It is. For sure it is. But nonetheless...
That's such an unfortunate situation.
He is going to get his lap back one of the harder ways with the wave around here. So does Bobby Dennis in that 02 car. He's going to get a lap back here. But right now it looks like we're going to have just about 14 cars on the lead lap, running it out with Jordan Nissen.
Yeah, as we're going to have just past the halfway point when we get the green flag, probably exactly the halfway point, lap 76. So this is winding down as we get to the second half of this race. We might see one more pit stop earn green if we stay green for the rest of this race. But the lights are out on the pace vehicle. We've doubled them up here. And you know what that means.
Oh, lights are back on the caution car. Safety vehicle. We're not going green this time by. Was about to call it. But,
man, I think I jinxed the pace car there. Announcer's jinx is real, even to the pace vehicle here in Phoenix.
Even to the pace vehicle, that's right. But yeah, hey, look, so far we've seen some great passes. We've seen the 81 car really have that short run speed, but as the run progressive 20, 30 laps, that 13 car is just extremely quick, getting himself out front and getting himself a great gap between himself and second place. But this is an opportunity for Corey Harville to learn a little bit about Tyler Barnett and his race strategies to see if he can bring it to Tyler. And we're about to find out, though. We're about to go green flag racing this time by 13 car of Tyler Barnett. Ready to lead this field to green. Coming into turn 3 now, we're going to watch the pace car come off of the racing surface, as you can see on the bottom left of your screen. He will come off the racetrack. The 13 car will be in control of the field. Into the restart zone, the 13 car comes, and he gets a massive jump over the 92 of Harville, Adam Boyles to the inside of the 92 now. Going into turn 1, we're side by side for P2. That 22 car is extremely fast, as we've seen in the last run, as he almost clears the 92 off of turn 2. He does clear him. The 22 back up to P2, as you can see him now hunt down the 13 car of Tyler Barnett.
Yeah, this 22 car of Adam Boyles is going to be one to watch here in the second half of this race. Finally has his eyes set on that 13 car of Barnett. Can he keep touch here through this run and show what his car can do, play his cards right? As now Baumler, he's going to try and challenge the 92 of Harville. Harville is having a terrible start to this run here, as he's lost already one position to Boyles, and now he's going under attack here by Baumler. This is insane up here at the front. Can Baumler take advantage here on the early stages with that short run car that he has? He's going to draw right up to the bumper of Harville. Bumper business here off of turn 4, as he's going to try and maybe set something up here into turn 1.
Coming into turn 1 now, he's going to dive it on deep on the 92. He's going to try to clear him. He does clear him. Off of turn 2 they come. The 92 is going to get a little bit of a run, though, running that outside lane, but it's not going to happen. He got real tight off of turn 2. He had to lift the 88 car of Baumler now up to P3. What a great move by the 88, diving on deep in there into turn 1 and grabbing that P3 position.
Yeah, as now your top 3 are all separated by 0.6 of a second, as now it looks like Boyles is getting into his race pace. Barnett using a lane off the bottom, so does the 22 on corner entry. This is a great opportunity. If they could get to the lead and control this race, they know how important track position is. We've seen it all night long. As now Baumler, he's going to try and put his name in the hat to try and challenge for the lead of this race. Is now Barnett is going to leave a little bit of the outside open for the 22 of Boyles. Can he get a run here off of turn 4, as we're going to drag this speed all the way down the front stretch and down into turn 1.
The 22 car looking all over the rear bumper of the 13 through 3 and 4 last time by. Through 1 and 2 now, we got a good battle between the 22 and the 88, as the 22 tries to hunt down the 13 of Tyler Barnett. Now coming through the dog leg and into turn 3. The 22 seems to have a really good car through 3 and 4 and seems to lack a little bit in turns 1 and 2, as the 88 now gets up to the rear bumper of the 22. Boyles trying now to defend, as he's trying to get on the attack as well to get back up to Tyler Barnett, who is currently leading this race. Through turns 1 and 2 they go now. The 22 still behind the 13. Through the dog leg these guys go. He still can't get back up to the rear bumper of the 13 car. Kevin Baumler, though, knocking on the door for P2 going into turn 3.
Yeah, as these guys are all playing a little bit of cat and mouse here, as the 22 is going to try and use that line he's been using all night long, backing up his entry, trying to go a lane off the bottom, and then get that drive off through the center all the way off the corner towards the apron. He's going to do the same thing. He's going to drive it in extremely deep here into turns 1 and 2. He's going to drive off of 2, try to keep that gap even here with the 13 car through the dog leg, as now it looks like Baumler's car, he may be coming to him as well, as he's going to look to the inside here of the 22 of Boyles. He's going to follow in the tire tracks here off of turn 4. This is a great battle, as you see Boyles use that inside apron line there off of turn 4 to get a great run down the front stretch. Can they make this move on the 13, who has shown absolute dominance so far through this race?
It looks like the 22 is backing off just a little bit from the 13 into the hands of the 88 of Kevin Baumler. Kevin Baumler now looking like he's going to have an opportunity to try to get around the 22 now. Going into turn 3, the 88 under the 22. Just a little bit the lines that they're taking. And now off of turn 4, the 22 trying to get a really good exit speed, but it's not really working out for him, as the 88 gets back up to the rear bumper of the 22. Going into turn 1 now, the 88 might dive it on deep there like what we saw him do to some previous cars behind him and get that position. That would have been a Harville, as the 88 now comes through the dog leg, and the 22 holding strong on that P2 position, but nonetheless losing time to P1. The 22 car last time by a 29.9, the leader 29.7, now coming off of turn 4.
Yeah, as you could maybe see that the 22 maybe knows that he can't get the 13 right now, so maybe settled there in the tire tracks and save a little bit of car for later. We saw his car really come alive about 20 to 30 laps into the initial start of this race. Maybe that is his strategy. He knows he doesn't have the pace right now. Maybe settle in here, run some consistent laps, maintain P2, and have a little bit left at the end of this race to attack that 13 car. As Baumler, he's going to use a lane down from the bottom. We've seen his short run speed all night long, especially here in this run, as he's going to try and get a great run here off of turn 4, maybe set something up here into turn 1. But that 22 car is using such a great line here into turn 1 that the 88 doesn't really have an option to attack into turn 1. He's going to maybe try and stay even here with him here off of turn 2, down to the dog leg, and the gap is going to stay even here as we head towards turn 3.
And into turn 3 they go. That 22 car holding strong on a P2. Not losing a lot of time to the leader, but last time by 29.88. The leader 29.80. So we're looking at 0.08 of a second between these two cars, and they're racing it out. But last time by, Adam Boyles a 10th quicker than your leader. As Kevin Baumler also goes quicker than your leader, but currently that 22 car, fastest car on track, trying to hunt down your leader at the moment going into turn 3. The 22, though, does have a half-second gap between himself and the leader, as you can see the 13 gets a really good run off of turn 4, not like what the 22 gets, so you can see that gap increased to about 0.68 of a second now going into turn 1. Looks like the 22 just really dives it on in there a lot deeper than our leader. The leader looking like he gets a really good exit as the 22 gets a really good entrance. That's the kind of stuff you got to give up. Give and take a little bit on the entrance and exits of your corners, and it looks like we're seeing a little bits of differing driving styles between these two guys, which would make it very interesting for the ending of this race. But coming off of turn 4 now, Barnett still leading this race. Boyles P2, Baumler rounding out your top 3.
As we just completed lap 88, now on to lap 89. So these laps are winding down. We're into the second, or the 2/3 mark of this race is closing up here as we see Boyles continuing to run that conservative line. Maybe a little bit of tire conservation here as you see him go all the way up to the wall now. That's a little different than he's been doing here through turns 3 and 4. Maybe trying to find a little bit more pace in this race car, as now he's going to have a little bit of bumper business here behind him with the 88 of Baumler. Baumler's going to send it in here into turn 1 and try and follow right in behind that 22. Maybe get a good run here off of turn 2 as he's going to close that gap down to less than a half a car length here through the dog leg. This 88 car looking mighty fast right now as the 22 of Boyles goes to the outside. That's going to open the bottom up here for Baumler. Can he get a run here off of turn 4, side by side off of turn 4? Still drag racing it down here and off the turn 4 and drag race down the front stretch. Down into turn 1, we get Baumler. He's going to throw a little bit of a slider maybe here on the 22 of Boyles, and he's going to clear and move Baumler up to P2 as we're going through the dog leg now.
Coming through the dog leg, the 22. Wow, he gets passed by the 88. Baumler is on a mission to get back up to the front. What a great move by that 88 car to get himself back up into P2 and stay relevant in this race. Now on the hunt to get to Barnett. We're going to go back here just a little bit because there has been a lot of rumblings back here. We got Michael Boyles getting back past Jackson Samso. We got a side-by-side battle. Kyle Hubbard to the underside of the 57. Not going to be able to do much of it at the moment. Hunter Lagunas, though, finding himself back into the top 10. Back on the lead lap. A great run so far by the 81 of Hunter Lagunas, as we used to see him out front. A little bit of a bad pit strategy call, not to his fault, but just to the circumstances on track. But here we got a great battle between the 5 car, 57, and the 14. Kyle Hubbard, also one of those fast guys that was up front, ready and willing to battle for the win of this race. And now stuck back here with a little bit of a differing pit strategy call as Jackson Samsel again is doing a gladiator effort keeping these cars behind him.
Yes, now Hubbard's going to get to the outside of Samsel, maybe be able to get a run here off the corner, as it doesn't look like it. He's not got the run off the corner to challenge his 57. Oh, is he sideways off a 4? Wow, what a move there by the 14 to hang on to that thing. He's going to drive it in extremely deep here into turns 1. So does the 57 of Samsel. Wow, this 14 car is struggling to get by this 57, as like Tom said, just a gladiator effort here by Samsel in the 57 to hang on and run a conservative race. I mean, he is doing a phenomenal job not making any mistakes and being real conservative. being calm,
Ooh.
cool, and collected. So 14 tried to make a move there, give him a little bumper business there in the middle of 3 and 4. Didn't work. He's going to lose a little bit of time here to the 57 going into turn 1.
Wow, what a almost move that the 14 car did there through 3 and 4. Now coming off of turn 2, you can see how far back the 14 car is versus the 57 of Jackson Samsel. He is still holding strong onto that P11 position at the moment with Kyle Hubbard behind him. But Hunter Lagunas in that number 81 car in P9, he is running down a lot of everybody else in front of him. Hey, look at this. We just had a pass for P3. Adam Boyle's now back to P4. Harville back up to P3. Adam Boyle's really just melted his tires on this run. That's not what you really want if you're going to go green to the end. Wow, this is big news for that 22 car and not being able to hold strong onto that P2 position. Now all the way back to P4. Gonna come under attack by possibly Troy Nissen in P5. Kenny Troughton back up to P6. He's making some moves here tonight as well as he's now getting back up to the rear bumper of the 19.
Yeah, Troughton finally, after getting past the 57 car on pit lane, now with fresh people in front of him to attack, is now here he is in a P6 right behind Nissen. He's going to drive in extremely deep here into this corner. He might be able to get a run as the 22 continues to fade through this run. This race is just not playing out the way he expected after restarting P3 and getting up to P2 on that initial restart. As now Troy Nissen, he's in the mix. He's looking to the outside here, maybe trying to find a little bit more speed to gain that ground. Oh, as the 25 grabs the wall there, that is Troughton. He is digging right now, trying to get by this 19 of Nissen. This is a great battle, shaping up to be here off of turn 4. Can Nissen do something with him here off of turn 4?
Coming down the front straightaway now. Looks like Nissen didn't get that good of a run coming off of turn 4. He's not going to be able to get to the rear bumper of that 22 car of Adam Boyles, who is currently having a hard time with that car on track. 22 car pulling a 30.53 last time by Troy Nissen, a 30.47. So a small difference in lap times between these two guys, but that 19 car definitely faster than the 22 coming through 3 and 4 now. We're going to come down the front straightaway, see what the 19 can do to try and get back to the rear bumper of the... Oh, we got a bumper cover on track.
Oh, wow, that was... Couldn't see who the car that came off of, laying there on the front stretch. It might have been the 02 car here of Bobby Dennis. He's on the apron here slow. He's going to go through the dog leg now, leave that outside lane open to everybody else. But yeah, I think his bumper cover there that went flying. That's unfortunate. You have a tough go of events here today for that 02 car. But that battle for the lead, looking at the lap times, Baumler's cut it down to 0.3 of a second here on Barnett. This is as they're going through lap traffic. There's Zangi going a lap down here on the outside in that 10 car. Leave the bottom. Oh, as a Baumler's going to get a really bad exit there. Gets stuck behind the 10. That's not going to help in his pursuit for the lead here with Barnett.
Wow, that was a huge turn of events there. The 88 catching back up to the 13. Maybe a little bit of lap traffic help there now coming off of turn 4. Let's see what the 88 can do, as last time by, we're going to be able to get the lap times here, a 30.49 for Tyler Barnett and a 30.58 for Kevin Baumler. Baumler still not being able to match lap times of Tyler Barnett. Almost a tenth of a difference between these two guys, but nonetheless, Baumler is really the closest car that's gotten to Barnett in this whole race during a run here. So the 88 is really turning it up at the moment. As we now see the 88 coming off at turn 4 down the front straightaway. We're going to be able to look at some lap times here and see if Kevin can really stick with Tyler Barnett, as he does. A 30.37 for Baumler, a 30.43 for Tyler Barnett. The 88 car's on rails.
Yeah, his car has came alive here at the most important time, the end of this race, as he is digging towards the 13 car. Does he have enough tires conservation in mind for the end of this race, as there's a lot of laps left to go, as we're going to go underneath the 95 car. That's going to put him a lap down, as now Baumler does not get a good exit off of 4 like he did when he went around Zangi. That's kind of hurting his lap time here, hurting his pursuit of the 13 car of Barnett, as Barnett uses the bottom here in 1 and 2. That's a little different, as maybe he sees that 88 car growing in his mirror, now trying to change his line to find a little bit more pace as he's kind of opening this gap up. He gained another 10th and a half this lap over the 88 of Baumler as he goes up to the outside there through turns 3 and 4.
Sorry about that, Jay. We got big news on track. Kyle Hubbard has crashed. We're going to have to look back at this real quick and see what happened to the 14. Oh, real loose off of turn 4. Wow, he was saving it. There's no caution.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, there goes the bumper cover.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. That was wild there off of turn 4.
And no caution. Wow. All right, back up to the front here. We got a great battle between Baumler and Barnett continuing to go on. Baumler actually holding strong with the 13, as we say that with surprising faction, with a surprise, because nobody has been able to do this tonight so far. Last time by, Kevin Baumler almost a tenth of a second quicker than your leader at the moment. This car is continuing to be the dominant car on track, the fastest car on track by a tenth, which is insane, the amount of laps that we have seen on these tires so far, with that 88 car now in P2, holding strong to try to get to that P1 position. What's the best move here, Jay? Is it that the 88 car holds back and tries to make the 13 make a mistake, or does he go for it?
I think you want to go for it right now. I would rather be controlling this race than running in the tire tracks of the 13 of Barnett. But maybe he just doesn't have the car at this moment. He's thinking the long game, right? You've got to be thinking tire conservation. There is a long way in this race to go. We still got 42 laps to go. I'm going to get 41 to go this time at the line. Or 44 laps to go, 42 to go this time at the line. As he is continuing to dig and trying to maintain this gap as he closes down to 0.2 of a second as he drives extremely deep into turn 1. That might hurt his exit here, but he's experimenting. He's learning things about his race car, finding out where he's got the advantage over the 13 and where his weaknesses are. This is a crucial moment in this race, trying to maintain this gap and as well as try to find advantages and force that 13 into a mistake.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming down the front straightaway now, you can just see that 88 car. It is planted off of the exit of turn 4 versus what we've seen with everybody else as he inches closer to the rear bumper of the 13. You can see how strong that 88 car is off the exit of 4 and into turn 1. He's got half of the track just completely mastered versus Barnett, where he loses a lot of time through those corners. As you can now see the 88 almost just ripping the wall on the outside, and then coming down all the way to the bottom, trying to get a good run down the front straightaway. This time by, it's not going to happen as he wanted, as a 30.39 was pulled by Tyler Barnett. Last time by, Kevin Baumler at 30.54. So a little bit slower that we're seeing out of this 88 car at the moment, but coming through the dog leg, we're going to be able to see what the 88 car can do going into turn 3.
Yeah, as it looks like he's driving it in a little bit deeper than he was earlier, which is kind of hurting his exit just a little bit. But like you said earlier, Tom, it's a little bit of taking advantage here, lose a little bit here to try and maintain that gap and find that pace. And that's what he is doing. As you see the 13 of Barnett go really wide there in entry to 1 and 2. He's going to be able to use that to an advantage though off the corner. So that's where you see the advantages. The 13 is better on exit. The 88 is better on corner entry. Where can he find an extra 10th and a half to be able to challenge a 13? As we're going to get a good onboard footage here with Baumler. This is going to be great to see what he's doing compared to that 13 car as he continues his pursuit. Half a second behind here at the line.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you can see him going into turn 1. All that ground he makes up is not going to be beneficial to him on the exit of the corner. As you can see, the 13 car pulling away a little bit off the exit of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Going into turn 3 now, the 88's going to dive it in real deep there. You saw the 13 get a little loose there as he snap corrected it. Now coming off of turn 4, you can see the line he takes. It's going to get him a run down the front straightaway as he tries to get down back to the rear bumper of the 13. Lots of ground made going into turn 1. Lots of oversteer as you can see the wheel input on the 88 driver of Kevin Baumler here. Going down the dog leg now and into turn 3. We're going to continue to watch this as Kevin tries to hunt down the leader.
Yes, I really like this onboard. Like you said, on the X, he's got a little bit of oversteer, trying to correct it, but going into the corner, you see how smooth and cool and calm and collected he is on the wheel. Nice and gentle on corner entry, little bit of a late turn in. He's able to get rotated through the center, but then when he gets up onto the gas, you see a little bit of oversteer that he has there is he loses a little bit of time on corner exit. He's going to try and gain a little bit of this back here into turn 3. Watch how just smooth and late turn in he has here on corner entry.
Ooh,
it's just
big
right here
news,
on
Jay.
corner
Hunter
exit.
Lagunas has crashed.
Oh no.
81
Two
off
of the
of turn
guys.
4. Trying to save it. He does. Oh, maybe a little bit of issues for the 81. Stopping on track and towing back to pit road. Unfortunate. But this battle continues to heat up. We're going to go back on board. But this time, we're going to go on board with the 13 car of Tyler Barnett. We can see the differences here now, Jay, as what Tyler is doing versus Kevin in these closing laps of this race.
Yeah, as you can see him on corner entry, fighting it just a little bit. You see a little bit earlier turn in than you see with the 88 of Baumler, but when he comes off the corner, he's nice and smooth. Oh, a little bit of loosey-goosey there off of turn 2. You see it in his hands here. He's going to get into turn 3. You see a little bit earlier turn in than you saw with the 88. So his line is a little different, uses the outside line, turns in a little bit earlier. He's going to be able to drive it off this corner, but a little bit of lap traffic. See how he navigates. He's going to go to the inside. Should not be an issue going into turn 1. He's going to have to use the inside line. Little squirrely there into entry into turn 1. So very different here with the 13 and the 88 comparison on the onboard. Oh, wow. Big snap steer right there off of turn 2.
Yeah, absolutely. A big thing to realize here between the two driving styles of Tyler Barnett and Kevin Baumler. Baumler really shoving it deep into the corner, trying to make up as much ground as he can. But off the exit, this is where Tyler Barnett shines. You can see how much throttle he puts into this car to try and get that speed up on the exit of the corner to make that run happen down the straightaways. As he continues to lead this race, you could just continue to see how much more speed Tyler Barnett has down the straightaways, but you can also see how much more speed Baumler has at the entrance of the corners. Again, two different driving styles going at it here tonight at Phoenix.
Yeah, it's always so fun to watch those onboards to see what these guys are doing behind the wheel. These guys are digging. These are the best iRacers in the business here at Phoenix, putting it all on the line here for a win. As we got to lap 119, we're closing down to the end of this race. We got 32 laps to go here. As Baumler sideways there off of turn 2. He is digging. Oh my goodness, I can't believe he saved that thing. That thing was dead sideways. He's going to continue on here into turn 3, try to use that outside line. Try to follow Barnett's line on corner entry. That's where he is trying to make up that time, is on corner entry. Maybe try a little bit different. Search the track around here. Try to find maybe where you could put your car to be a little bit more effective here on this longer run. As the tires are losing grip, the fuel load's dropping off. These cars are handling extremely different than they did earlier, and it's just only going to compound as the race progresses.
Absolutely. Look, across the start-finish line this time by with Tyler Barnett, we're going to be looking at 30 laps to go. 30 laps left in this race to go ahead and let the 88 try to capitalize on something here and try to get that car back out front. Or what else could we see? A caution to try and get these cars back together. Unfortunately, we've had two instances of cautions that weren't called, and Tyler Barnett really capitalizing on that situation and holding on to this lead very strongly, as it just looks like Kevin Baumler is not being able to hold on, or is not being able to hold on to that speed that he had to stay to the rear bumper of the 13. But real quick, we're going to go back here. There's a good battle here between Jackson Samsel and Austin Holbrook.
Yeah, this is for a P10 position. Holbrook has made the pass on Samsel, your Daytona winner in that 12. He's going to make the move and make it completed here on the 57 and maybe draw a little bit of gap here. Samsel, what an awesome drive he put together tonight so far, but just the absolute calm and collected demeanor behind the wheel to hang on to that, not making any mistakes and driving as hard as he can to maintain these positions. That's a very hard task when you're getting hounded. As now you see Trouton to the rear bumper of Nissen. As he makes some wall contact there across the front stretch. See if that affects him down here into turn 1. Just a little bit of damage, but these cars are strong. We've seen a lot of wall contact, and these guys just seem to go faster. It's unbelievable here at Phoenix.
absolutely. Lots of loosey-goosey situations, but everybody holding on to their speed, really, to their bumpers, to their wheels. It's crazy to me that these guys continue to pound the outside wall worse than Darlington, and these guys continue to hold on to the speed that they have. If you look at the left side of your screen right now, you can see that gap increase between first and second place of Barnett and Baumler. Those guys still way out in front of third place at the moment. 2.5 seconds between second and third. But right now, this is your closest battle on track. Troy Nissen holding on to that P5 position at the moment. Having a great qualifying run, right? And then not being able to really capitalize on it during the race. Currently, -3 positions since the start of this race. Troy Nissen trying to find himself back up into the top 3. Trying to get himself it's already a pretty decent points day, Jay, but I'm sure as a driver, you want as much as you can get.
Oh, yeah, you want to get every position you can possibly get. Doesn't matter if you're battling for the lead, or if you're battling for 4th, or if you're battling for 10th. You want to gain every spot you possibly can here, especially late in this race, as he's getting hounded by Trout, and as he's on the pursuit of Adam Boyles there in the 22 car, who's really had a not too expected run here for, I'm sure, for himself, as he started this run in P2 and has faded back to P4, now 6.1 seconds behind your race leader. So he's continuing to fade just a little bit here as the battle behind him is ensuing here. Trouton continuing to apply the pressure to Neeson as we got 25 laps to go here at Phoenix. Wow, this race has just flown by here, Tom. Absolutely,
it has. These guys, phenomenal green flag runs, honestly, as these guys just continue to race it out. Well, look, we've seen some very minor crashes, one early caution, one mid-race caution, and these guys have really held it straight for the rest of the race, as now we're seeing this battle heat up just a little bit more between Troy Nissen and Kenny Trouton. Going into turn 3 now, the 19 electing to go a little bit lower than the 25, as 25 kind of ripping that outside wall, like what we saw with Tyler Barnett. You're going to run that outside wall on the entrance of the corner on the exit. You want to get real low. Try to put that power down as much as you can in case you get a snap oversteer situation. But right now, Troy Nissen holding very strong onto that P5 position with Kenny Trouton still behind him. And you got to be thinking, man, does Kenny have anything for the 19 at this point?
Yeah, exactly. He's looking to the outside. He's changed his lineup the last couple laps watching. He'll take it to the bottom, take it to the outside, but he's going to give a little bit of bumper business here off of turn 4. Oh, as you see, is that Dennis up in the wall there off of turn 4? Some significant wall contact across the front stretch. But the 25 car in his pursuit, he's going to close it down to half a car length. He's right there on the bumper of Nissen. Does he have anything left? That's for a P5 position. That's a big move if he can make it happen, as he's drawn up even closer. He's going to go to the outside again, trying to find this momentum here through the center of turns 3 and 4 and maybe carry it off of turn 4 and set something up for turn 1 as we're coming off of turn 4 now. Oh, as the Nissen's a little loosey-goosey there off the turn 4 and into turn 1 now. The 25 is going to take it to the bottom.
Yeah, absolutely. This battle is heating up. Again, the closest battle on track right now. That 19 car holding strong onto that P5 position. He wants to finish that in that position, in that P5 position. Troy Nissen doing a valiant job, really, to hold on and keep Kenny Trouton behind him. Kenny Trouton doing everything he can to try to get around this car in front of him. Look, we've seen this 25 car struggle. Oh, he got a real loose situation there off of turn 4, almost making contact with the wall. But all race long here, that 25 car has had troubles trying to pass the car in front of him, not being able to capitalize on any runs that he has been able to get, and in trying to pass the car in front of him. But right now, Kenny Trouton finding himself in a lot better position at the moment than he did at the beginning of this race, as he still's got the 19 car in front of him, as they're coming off of turn 4 now. That 25 car doing everything he can to try to get around the 19.
Yes, he's going to get a little sideways again off of turn 4. That seems to be where he's struggling, is the exit of 4. And now he's going to try and go back to the outside here in 1 and 2. He's found a little bit of success these last couple laps, being able to maintain that gap heading down the back towards the dog leg. Let's see if he can close that gap a little bit here into turn 3. If he can get this turn 4 mastered just a little better, if he can get that car to rotate off the corner and be able to get the throttle down a little sooner, he might be able to do something with it, as he gets a little tight here, but it isn't going to matter. He's going to be able to draw right up to the bumper of the 19 and Nissen. Can he do something here into turn 1? He's go back to the outside. He's going to follow just about in the tire checks of the 19. This is where he's strong, is on the exit of 2, being able to maintain that gap towards the dog leg. We got, is the 19 sideways. We got Bobby Dennis right here in front of him, a little bit of lap traffic. Can they navigate it? Lots of respect there by the 02, giving them plenty of room here into turn 3.
Coming through 3 and 4 now, that 25 all over the rear bumper of the 19. Off at turn 4 they come. The 19 still holding on strong to that P5 position. Again, closest battle on track. These guys really turning it up for you guys tonight. As the 25, Kenny Troughton still behind the 19 of Troy Nissen. These guys duking it out now, coming through the dog leg. Boyles in front of the 19 car right now, just chilling there in P4. This battle, though, heating up on the racetrack. The 25 car doing everything he can to try to get around this 19 car. In fact, I think it's about time we go on board for a few laps with this 25 car as he makes contact with the outside wall. Crazy.
Yeah, he's really digging here off of turn 4. I'd like to see it from an onboard perspective as he's going to draw right. This is where he's strong, right off of 2. He's going to be able to maintain that gap down the backstretch through the dog leg. Into turn 3, he's pretty strong as well. He's going to draw right up to the bumper, drive it in extremely deep, but he just is struggling to get off of corner 4. He's going to draw right up to the bumper again. He's going to stay a little lower this time, let the car work its way to the outside line. A little loosey-goosey again there off of turn 4. I'm not sure if he made wall contact. It would have been close if he did or didn't. He's going to be able to drive through turns 1 pretty good. Off of turn 2, this is exactly where he's so strong. He's going to be able to maintain that gap down the backstretch.
Now going into turn 3, you're going to be able to see the different braking points of these two cars. Kenny Troughton just throws it in there and he hits the wall. But look, he's going to get a great run off of it. Off of turn 4 he comes. He's back to the rear bumper of the 19. Let's see what he can do. Going into turn 1, he's going to try to dive it on deep in there. He brakes early. The 19 overshoots. We're going to go for a side-by-side situation off of turn 2. The 25 putting himself up to P5 at the moment. He clears the 19. 14 laps to go. Troughton back up to the top 5.
Wow, take some notes from Kenny Troughton. He absolutely demolished the wall there in 3 and 4 and was able to take advantage. He learned something there. Incredible. Who would have thought pounding the wall would have been the move to make the pass on the 19 of Nissen? That's insane. As he's up to P5 now. Wow, what a battle is now Nissen. Can he take a little bit of a note here out of the 25's playbook to be able to pass the 25 car? That looked like a Chastain move almost. Incredible.
Wow, the 19 car now throwing it deep into turn 3, trying to make something happen here, almost to the inside of the 25. Not going to be able to do anything. Brock Dennis is in the wall there as he is a lap car trying to hold on and just finish this race. Unfortunately, lots of damage to that car, trying to get a clean finish as he can at the end of this race as the 19 continues off of turn 2. He's already back to the rear bumper of the 25. Let's see what happens here now going into turns 3 and 4. The 19 again over the rear bumper. Bobby Dennis wants a part of this action. He's to the inside of the 19. The inside of the 25 coming down the front straightaway now.
Wow, these guys are putting on a show, a display here at the end of this race. We got 11 laps to go. Coming this time for your race leader to get the Dega boys 10 to go. As this battle rages on, I don't know, it looks like Nissen's losing a lot of time here through the dog leg. Maybe used up a whole lot of his stuff there to try and maintain that position in front of the 25 and then to fight back as he's going to drive it in extremely deep in here into turn 3. But it is official. The Dega boys 10 to go here at Phoenix. As Dennis drops some wall. He's going to save it. Oh, my goodness.
Wow. That was a save right there. Kenny Troughton, though, coming back under pressure by the 19 through turns 1 and 2. Off at turn 2, they come through the dog leg. That 19 trying to get himself back up to the rear bumper of the 25 to try and make something happen. Adam Boyles is now pulling away from these two guys as they continue to duke it out. But the 25 holding strong onto that P5 position. The number 19 of Troy Nissen trying. Oh, the 19's wrecking into the inside wall. The 19 goes. Do we see a caution? No, it's still green flag. Wow. He's still in the wall. He is big broke. That left front suspension is broken on that 19 car as he's now just going to try to limp it around the racetrack here. Lots of body damage to that 19 car. No caution flag.
Oh my goodness, this is the last thing he wanted towards the end of this race, running P6, tore the whole front end up on that vehicle. Oh my goodness, he's going to make it down pit lane. The one that was holding his breath there was Barnett, leading this race by 2.4 seconds coming down to the end. Oh my goodness, escaped a caution in a race-changing moment there. Unfortunate there for Nissen, as we're going to go back here on board or watch the 13 of Barnett. 7 laps to go, as now it looks like Baumler's coming under attack here by Harville. This is for a second position here.
Absolutely. Harville has been absolutely putting those lap times down at the moment. He has caught up to the 88 car of Baumler, trying to make something happen here for himself. Try to get that car up to a P2 position to get a little bit more points for this championship run. In the Backmarkers, the 88 is in the wall. Kevin Baumler, now coming off a turn 4, might have taken some notes out of the 25's notebook there as he comes off a turn 4 with a huge run after making a little bit of contact there with the outside wall in 3 and 4. Corey Harville, though, still continuing to try and make something happen here off a turn 2, down the back straightaway through the dog leg. The 92 trying to work his way back up to the rear bumper of the 88.
Yes, Harville is trying to close that gap. After Baumler hit the wall, he actually increased the gap a little bit there. I mean, that's the trend of the day. But now it looks like the gap is shrunk. Is that Baumler sideways? Here comes Harville. He's going to look to the inside. We're going to go side by side here in a turn 1. This is a battle for P2. Harville's going to drive it in extremely deep. Baumler's going to try and play cat and mouse with him here off of turn 2. It looks like Harville's going to clear him. 5 laps to go, and Harville's up to P2. But put the 88 of Baumler back to P3.
Wow, what a move by the 92. Getting that car back up to the P2 position. Corey Harville in the number 92 Toyota Supra making it happen tonight as Kevin Baumler back to P3. Adam Boyles now, he is licking his chops as he sees these guys in front of him battling it out. He wants a part of this action to try to get back onto the podium. He's only got 4 laps. He's got to have a little bit of help, maybe a little bit of a mistake made by the 88 to get that 22, a final podium spot in the ending of this race.
Yeah, as we're coming this time to get 3 to go, but look at Boyles. He just drives it in extremely deep here in a turn 3. We might have a battle here for the podium position, as it looks like Baumler's going to get a great run off of turn 4 because the 22 drove it in extremely deep, killed his momentum off of turn 2. As he's going to be about a second and a half a second, behind the 88. Oh, right, Baumler's in the wall again off of turn 2. That's going to allow Boyles to close the gap. This is incredible here as we're coming this time to get 2 laps to go.
Into turn 3 they go. Last time by, that Adam Boyles, he was 4/10 quicker than Kevin Baumler. Kevin off at turn 4 now. He's going to go out in the defensive to try to get that 22 to stay behind him. Now going into turn 1, we still got a battle going on here between the 88 and 22. Time is running out. Adam Boyles has got to do something to get around this 88. The 88 sideways off at turn 2, down the back straightaway, and into turn 3 now. The 22 side by side with the 88, making it happen, trying as much as he can to get this pass done, and he does. Boyles sneaks into the final podium position with 1 lap to go.
White flag is in the air for your race leader, Tyler Barnett, here at Phoenix. The duel in the desert 150 here at Phoenix. He's going to go down the backstretch, over through the dogleg, down into turn 3. Barnett put on an absolute dominant performance. Had to get by the 81 car early in this race. But off of turn 4, look no other than the 13 car of Tyler Barnett, who wins here at Phoenix.
Off of turn 4 comes Corey Harville. He'll finish P2. And Adam Boyles, P3. What a run by the 22 car to get that final podium position. Kevin Baumler, P4. Kenny Troughton rounding out your top 5. Real quick, let's pull up our results page. Wow, what a finish between that P3 and P4 position here tonight.
Yeah, that was wild. We saw some great battles there in the last 25 laps of this race. We'll look at the results here. Tyler Barnett, P1 with the victory. Corey Harville, P2. Adam Boyles, P3. Kevin Baumler, P4. Kenny Troutman, P5.
Michael Boyles rounding out in P6. Peter Stewart, P7. Jackson Samsel rebounds for P8. Adam Kalufa, P9, and Troy Nissen rounds out P10 after some damage mitigation, keeping that top 10 finish. What a run by these guys tonight. Wow. Just wow. Let's go back and look and see if we could get some of these guys pulled up. Let's go. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Go to... Yeah. All right. Let's pull down Adam Boyles. Adam, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. What's up?
Wow, what an absolute move that you put on there at the end to sneak yourself into P3. Incredible what we saw out of that 22 car tonight. Really all night long, but wow. What a move to get around Kevin Baumler tonight to get yourself an interview. Wow.
I know. I was trying to get that interview.
Yeah,
It
wow.
was in my mind.
Look,
Yeah.
that was just crazy. We were sitting here listening and watching it, really. But wow, just incredible racing by you tonight. All night long, it seemed like you had a really fast car. That one chance that you got to get up to the rear bumper of the 13, it almost just looked like the 13 was just saving all the tires he had, and then when you got up to the rear bumper there, he kind of took off there. But what was happening inside the cockpit there of the 22 car when that was happening?
Well, so when it was me and Tyler, we're actually together, kind of a team, sort of, kind of. He's on Impact, but we're just talking and kind of debriefing at the same time. And he was just telling me, just save. And I was like, all right. And then I kind of fell back a ton. I was like, this didn't really work out. But obviously, you saw at the end, we kind of caught up to Kevin. Had that crazy pass there at the end. So he helped me out a ton. I'm so glad he won. You know, if it wasn't me, it's awesome to see him win.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, we just saw some great racing there at the end. Did you feel like you could get around Kevin there at the end, or did circumstances just fall right in your lap there?
So earlier in the race, he passed me like a rocket.
Yeah.
And so his tires were worn out when I caught back up to him. So it was kind of a breeze, but he gave a good fight without having good tires. So that was a lot of fun. You know, I was kind of shaking there at the end because I didn't know if I was gonna be able to pass it or not. Because times in the past, like, I would have better tires, I'd drive too easy and, you know, not get that position. So, you know, I just gotta thank Jesus. I gotta thank God. I gotta thank all our teammates, and just, yeah, that was a ton of fun.
Absolutely, it was. It was fun up here to call. We had some great times up here tonight. Great battles all through the racetrack. But congratulations on your P3 finish, sneaking it on in there at the end. Jay, that's all I got for Adam here. What do you got for him?
Yeah, I just want to say congratulations on an amazing run. Sounds like you already thanked everybody. That was my question for you. So congratulations on your run tonight, and we hope to see you in the next one, man. Good job.
I appreciate it. And, you know, as a league, we appreciate what y'all do for the league. You know, if it wasn't for y'all, it wouldn't be as good as it is right now. So thank y'all so much.
Oh, well, thank you for the kind words. We really appreciate it. And we enjoy coming out here. This is something that Jay and I like to do for fun. And it's just a great coincidence that we get to spend Thursday nights with the Backmarkers Racing League.
That's right. Hey, thank y'all again.
Absolutely. Thanks, Adam. All right, that was your P3 finisher for tonight. Let's go ahead and bring down Corey Harville. Corey, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Corey, what a fantastic run you had tonight. Really, all night long, it seemed like you had a fantastic piece to go out there and try to win this race. Although maybe a little bit of restart troubles you found yourself in. But nonetheless, you find yourself at the end of this race finishing P2. Go ahead and tell us just a little bit of the whirlwind of on-track incidents that happened.
Oh man, yeah. So we have a lot of new guys, a lot of kind of inexperienced guys. So navigating through them while also trying to keep pace, it's super exciting. I love doing it. In terms of the track, it felt like no matter where you were on the track, it was just super slick. Nobody could turn. Everybody was doing what they could to find grip. In the end, it felt like maybe a half a lane off the wall seemed to work on 3 and 4, and then probably about half a lane up from the bottom in 1 and 2. Started hitting that line every turn, and just was making consistent lap times. Was able to gain another spot right at the end.
Absolutely, and sorry, um, and you found that grip on track. You did a phenomenal job on really capitalizing on it, but in the end, how much did that help you in your quest to get to the front? Was it too late?
Yeah, I believe so. Even if I had probably like 15, 20 laps, I don't think I would have caught Tyler. Tyler's pretty fast, and he's usually pretty good about saving his tires when I'm not. I kind of drive pretty hard. So I'm really happy with the P2, especially starting from 9th place, moving up pretty quickly and kind of just hanging out in the front all day. I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, absolutely. I would be too. You put on a fantastic show tonight, and with all of your moving around on the grid, or not on the grid, but on the racetrack, you found yourself at one point, I think it was P7, and then moving yourself all the way back up to P2, holding strong into P2, and really getting yourself a great points day. Congratulations on your P2 finish tonight. Jay, that's all I got for Corey here. What do you got for him?
Yeah, Corey, I mean, what an amazing run you had tonight. Such a fun race to watch and call, and you put on a great show for everybody at home watching. We really appreciate that. Who do you have to thank for this awesome performance here tonight?
First off, I want to thank my wife for supporting me in this hobby. Every time I bring this up to her, she's always enthusiastic about it, loves hearing my stories about it, just encourages me to keep pushing forward. Huge shout out to Backmarkers for hosting the league. Of course, you, the Dago boys, putting on such a fantastic broadcast. Spoiler alert, I was listening throughout the race, and you guys did a fantastic job calling the action on the track. I really appreciate that. And then another huge shout out to my Evil Empire guys. We work, all week prepping each other, kind of pushing each other to our limits, and just seeing how fast we can be. So huge shout out to them as well.
Well, thank you for the kind words, for all the kind words all the way around. We really appreciate that, Corey. Thank you so much. It means a lot to us. This is something that Jay and I like to do for fun, and it's just a fantastic coincidence that we get to do this on a Thursday night with the Backmarkers Racing League. So thank you for coming out. Thank you for giving us a great content on track, and Corey, we hope to see you in the next one.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. We'll go ahead and pull down your race winner tonight. It's going to be Tyler Barnett. Tyler Barnett, this is Thomas and Jay in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Wow, what a phenomenal race you put on. Another clinic that you put on as well. How much are you charging for these? I got to know.
They're free. I'm giving out lessons during the race, actually. Number 95, he's a rookie, he's still rookie license and everything. This is probably one of his, I don't know, 10th race maybe at most. And he was in the chat with me, so I was trying to teach him things as I was near him. I was like, okay, maybe you should try this or try this, and as a lap car, maybe you should try this. So I was trying to teach him, and so yeah, I was giving out free lessons during the race too.
Where do I sign up?
Hey, come on. Come on in. I love teaching people. I love teaching people what I know, even if it isn't the fastest all the time. So
Awesome. Well, Tyler, not only are you a great coach, you put on a great league here tonight, and really, you put on your own clinic here. You might have to start up your own LLC if you continue to do that. But nonetheless, Tyler, you just seem to have that car glued to the track on rails. Nobody could touch that thing. I mean, how much time did you put into this racetrack this week?
About 10 laps. So I just tested out the setup just to make sure everything was all good, and then probably about 12 laps, with most of them being hot laps in the practice session. This car, I really like the right rear cars. I haven't raced this car too much, and it was a struggle for me at first. I've done a couple Xfinity races in officials, obviously, but I struggled a little bit, but I don't know what it is. It's just league time comes around, and it's game time for me, and thankful for the Lord just that I'm able to put on these shows and try to go out there and get some victories.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, there's not really much to say here other than, what you put on track. There's not a lot of words that we could really come up with to really explain other than clinic. But, congratulations on your win tonight, Tyler. Jay,
Thank you,
that's
man.
all I got for Tyler here. What do you got for him?
Yeah, Tyler, what an awesome run tonight. I mean, that car just looked amazing on track. I mean, you were so smooth behind the wheel. We went on board with you there for a little while, and it was just on rails. And also, what an awesome class act sportsman guy this guy is, helping other people around him, because you're only as good as your competition, and you want to improve your competition and keep everybody getting better, and that's what racing's all about. We love that story. Who do you have to thank for this amazing performance you put on here tonight?
I want to thank you guys, obviously, for putting on a broadcast, and you guys obviously had to stick around for an hour and 40 minutes, and that's probably a lot of talking, but I'm sure you guys did a great job. I know some guy that was in the pits, he was watching you guys for a bit, telling us that you guys were just making everything ecstatic, and obviously, that's awesome. Thank you guys for that. Thank you for just this league, like all the guys that are running in the league, and thank you guys for helping the league. If you guys are watching, I just want to give a big shout out to all you guys, because we can't make the league go without the drivers as well as all the other admins that do help out, because it's like I'm busy, Jackson's busy at times, so we're all trying to figure out things kind of going on this revolving door of schedules, but I'm super thankful that all the boys are in here. And lastly, I want to thank my girlfriend, Aubrey, or well, no, sorry, my fiance. I keep on forgetting that. I should probably stop forgetting that. Her design company, AM Designs, on the car this week, and sponsor last week as well. And then Martin Sports and Raise Energy, and just thank the Lord for this win, man. Thank you for the opportunities to put on this league.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for the kind words. As I told everybody else here, Jay and I, we love doing this for fun. It's just a coincidence that we get to come out here Thursday nights and have fun with the Backmarkers Racing League, something that we look forward to every week. So thank you for giving us that opportunity. Congratulations on your win tonight again, Tyler. And you know what? I really don't have to say it, but I'm going to say it for old Dega Boy's sake. Tyler, we hope to see you in the next one.
I hope so, man.
All right, Jay, what a race that we just witnessed. I mean, look, we had long green flag runs, lots of cool stuff happening out on track. I mean, Tyler Barnett comes out here, puts that thing on pole, and just takes command of the race. There was 1-2 cars that could keep up with him throughout the run, but really when it got to the later part of the run, Tyler just took off. Nobody could really just hold strong with him.
What an amazing race this was. I mean, Legacy Phoenix, it's just the nostalgia and the great racing, the multi-lane racing we saw. We saw Hunter Lagunas right there at the beginning. Started, P4, P5, drove up to the lead, held the lead there for the first 20-something laps. Looked like the guy to beat, but Tyler Barnett sat behind him, saved his tires, showed how good he is on these long runs at tire conservation, was able to take advantage and get ahead of Hunter Lagunas there early. Once he took the lead, he didn't look back. We saw so many long green flag runs tonight. I mean, these guys were just on it. The best iRacers in the business just put on a well of a show. And then coming down to the end of this race, we saw different guys emerge to the front. We saw Baumler at points of this race. We saw Adam Boyles up there at the front. Just different guys duking it out there, trying to put their best shot at Tyler Barnett. And then at the end, I mean, the 25 car of Trouton. I mean, at the end of this race, he drives that thing in, bounces it off the wall, and gets more of a run than anybody could ever imagine after hitting the wall, taking the lead, or taking that position over Neeson. Just incredible. And then the late race charge there by Adam Boyles to get up onto a podium spot. Incredible driving there by him. Amazing race throughout. I mean, just what a privilege it is to be able to come here and call these fantastic races. This was just an amazing race. I mean, there's just nothing else to it. You had a little bit of everything, all different types of elements. And at the end of the day, Tyler Barnett showing his grit, his determination, the amount of time and effort he puts into this, and also being the sportsman and what racing's all about, helping your competition get better, because that's how racing is done. That's what it's all about, is everybody being at their best and trying to prove that on track. And that's what we saw here tonight. What a phenomenal race.
Absolutely, it was a phenomenal race. And look, it's not going to stop here at Phoenix. We're going to continue to crank out these great races here with the Backmarkers Racing League here every week on a Thursday night. Come on out and hang out with us. We truly appreciate everybody who's come out in the comments. Hemigod, again, coming back in here, being a great supporter of our channel. Thank you, sir. Also, thanking us for the broadcast. Look, it is our pleasure. It is our pleasure. It'll always be our pleasure. We love doing this. And Jay and I, we have fun. It's great. I love it. Tell Taps, first race I took part in. And, sir, you did a phenomenal job. Just keep it up. Bobby Dennis, you as well, sir. Great job tonight. Everybody part of this league, great job. We really can't say any different, can we? But let's go ahead. Let's wind this thing down here tonight. Again, we want to thank everybody who came out, liked, commented, and subscribed to the channel. It means a lot to us. Now, look, our channel has absolutely exploded in the past week and a half. I can't even begin to start talking about it. We've had people joining the channel with our memberships left and right, just being huge supporters, coming out, commenting, supporting us through ads. It means so much to us, in a vision that we had not even a year ago. And here we are, just doing what we love to do. So, with that, though, we've got plenty of broadcasts coming up. We got PSCRL Saturday nights. Nexus Sim Racing Leagues are starting back up here soon. We've got a great lineup there as well. That will be Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday. So make sure you guys come out and tune in for that as well. And you know what? I'm going to hand it off to Jay here. Talk a little bit about our podcast side, what we got coming up, and some schedules that is going to be really, really fun. Jay, take it away.
Yes, the Full Send Half-Mast Podcast will be back again on Tuesday, like clockwork, all year round, every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Right here on this channel, we have ourselves a little podcast. We have a great time. People come out to the chat. We interact with everybody. We just talk racing for an hour and a half. We sit down here and just let it rip. And this weekend, we are going to be doing this Tuesday, we'll be doing a recap of this weekend's Busch Light Clash of the Coliseum, as well as maybe some previews for the Daytona 500 Speed Weekend, per se, coming up here in a couple weeks. We'll also be talking about a lot of the iRacing, and there's some big news has been being pumped out so far this week. I know you've probably seen a little bit of teasers of it on our community page. We have big hot take opinions on some of the stuff that has been announced over the last couple hours here, really in the last few hours. I mean, it's been crazy the amount of news we've heard. So can't wait to bring that to you guys, and then we'll be right back into the full season swing of things. IndyCar and Formula One are right around the corner. Can't wait for it. We're right here at the cusp of the racing season, which is going to be the golden era of motorsports, is what we're in right now. And unbelievable, our channel has grown so much. I still can't believe it. Tom pretty much summarized that. Not even a year old. Started this on a whim, and now we are building what is going to be and is currently the greatest community racing platform of all time. Make sure to go check out our Discord. Tom put in a ton of work on this Discord. This is going to be a community forum for all members of the Dega Boys. Anybody that wants to join it will be having access to our Discord. We have schedules, news, rumors, topics, all kinds of fun things for you to interact with. Come check out our Discord. Come join our community. We're building that up. We're going to have so many updates and everything on there. The what, why, what's happening, the what to, all the major headlines and news. You can catch it right here on our Discord. So come join. You guys are definitely got to check it out. If you love racing, this is the place to be. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's right. The #1 motorsports platform on YouTube, coming for you guys, and to you guys, for you guys, really. So we're going to be giving out that Discord link here, so for anybody to join. Come on in and look at some of the news that Jay and I are also sifting through as we go throughout the week and into our podcast. And yeah, look, if you guys are also looking to put your logo or your business on display here with the Dega Boys channel, make sure you guys go and hit up our email, which is degaboys1@gmail.com, for any sponsorship opportunities. It is closely monitored. But again, thank you guys for coming out, all the commenters, all the subscribers, all the likes that you guys have given us. Thank you so much. This has been another great broadcast here of the Backmarkers Racing League. Thomas and Jay in the booth. Thank you guys for coming out, and we'll see y'all in the next one.